Whenever someone asks me what I would say to my younger self, I freeze. Because honestly, I wish someone told me these things before everything broke down. 2 years ago, there was a 17-year-old girl who was trying to balance everything and keep everything from being shattered, juggling her boats, trying to keep her friends close, all while preparing for her NEET. And little did she know, it all shattered. That was when I hit rock bottom for the first time in my life, and it changed everything. It changed me. Wish I could go back and tell her all the lessons before everything happened. I'm here now, and I would not want you all to have to go through all that hardships and learn those lessons the hard ways. So here are my 19 advices or unpopular opinions every senorita should know. Stop using paid promoted skincare. This first one I had to learn the hard way, so you don't have to. If you have acne and you use all the products which are promoted on the internet and they don't seem to work, I urge you to kindly stop and go to a dermatologist, because they can tell you what actual problem it is in your body that is causing the acne, what type of skincare you need to actually use according to your skin type, and what brands you really need to use. And spoiler alert, they are not the popular brands. The next one is gonna stink a lot. That motivation is absolute BS. You know what matters at the end of the day is whether you are disciplined and whether you are consistent. Because there are gonna be lot of days where you absolutely don't feel like putting the work in, but you have to put the work in, because you have to remember that your dream is much more bigger than what you are feeling at the moment. Okay, buckle up, babes, because this one's gonna hurt. All-nighters are the real enemies. I am a science student, so all-nighters come as a package. But that package also comes with disturbing my circadian rhythm, that is the sleep schedule. It also disturbs your emotional stability, that is overthinking, and your irritation goes up. Your ability to think clearly goes out of the picture and starts showing signs that you have pulled an all-nighter. I speak by experience. Here's the big one. All-nighters are not productive. The next morning you make more mistakes, low quality work, and slow work. Links me to being a night owl is not aesthetic or hot. Yes, it is long time all-nighter energy, but worse. Says the studies show night owls are at a higher risk of depression and anxiety because their serotonin and dopamines are messed up. It could result in weight gain and inflammation. Brain fog becomes a lifestyle, and your lifespan also gets decreased. It sounds scary because it is supposed to be. Next advice to my 17-year-old self: please get some hobbies. Don't just focus on school, because your curriculum will take you only so far, but those little things that you loved doing as a kid, you could actually turn that into a business. Or girl, just do it for fun. Just nurture your inner child. I want you and I urge you to give yourself 1 hour a week or just 1 hour a month to go back to those hobbies that you loved doing as a kid. Now, let's get to the juicy part. Dating and making friends without knowing yourself. I could make a 100-page presentation on this topic for my 17-year-old self. Dating before knowing your attachment style, your love language, analyzing your past mistakes or your partner's mistake is a big no. Don't date, don't absolutely date before knowing these things, and this applies to friendships too. Don't just make friends because they are in the same standard or divisions as you based on the proximity. Don't do that. Make friends after you know your authentic self, after you know your standards. Set your standards, know yourself, and then date or make friends. The next section is basically my whole life, so listen to this very carefully. Start scared, start your social media page, and romanticize the F out of your life. Started my YouTube channel scared. I started teaching 10th standard students scared. I compliment stranger girlies scared. But what happens? Girlies on YouTube have started to relate to me. I have gained a lot of confidence to speak in public places because of teaching, and every girl interaction that I have had have been the sweetest of all. So what's the lesson? Be cringe and do it anyway. The second one, start your social media page. If you have something fun, post it. If you have something random, post it. If you have something inspirational, post it. If you have something life-changing milestone, post it. It literally does not matter. Just post it if it is fun for you. Even if no one is watching, just post it, because in the long run it could reward you, and you will also know that the strangers are a lot more supporting than the people you know. And if you are embarrassed, you really don't need to be embarrassed by somebody else's identity of what they think of you. So just post it. The third one, romanticizing the F out of your life. Mini story time. I travel through Mumbai locals daily to my Spanish classes, and even in the non-peak hours, some of the platforms can give you a real scare trying to get in and get out. But it really does not matter how I travel, because I have romanticized every tiny bit of that travel by adding few layers in that travel so that it can become a good experience. From waking up to sleeping, I have romanticized everything. Yes, there are bad days, but it is in my hand whether it ends on a positive note or whether it ends on a negative note. Even on a bad day, I try to find one good thing that I could romanticize so that the day ends on a positive note. So romanticize the F out of your life. We are now getting to the controversial parts of the video. So, advice number 10 is being alone rather than being with misaligned people. As an extrovert, I have always been surrounded with friends, best friends, long distance friends, but after a year or so, I realized that they are not good for me, because they were constantly jealous of me, not happy with my success, and they were comparing themselves with me, which is not a sign of being a friend, a good friend, a friend, not a sign of being a friend. Which made me realize in my drop here that I would rather stay alone, be happy with my own company and myself, than being with people who are not happy with my success. Talking of my drop year, it was hands down the best year after I passed 10th grade. I would not say this thing when I took the drop year, but it led me to the path of self-love and self-discovery, so I would not have it any other way now. If you have a chance to take a drop year, I urge you to please just take it. just take it. Talking of drop here and NEET, I did not secure a seat in NEET, so I went for a career change. And let's just say now that career change is very scary at first, but it is the best decision that you will make. Disclaimer, I'm not saying to drop everything that you are doing and do a career change, but if you are going through a career change and it is scary, please trust that it will be the best decision that you will make. Because 8 months ago I realized that I was not meant to be a doctor. I can't work the whole week without the luxuries of life, doing endless hours of work and work. All respect to the doctors, but I can't do that. So it made me realize that your first dream is not your final destination. As we move on in our lives, we are supposed to figure out what is meant for us, which connects me to the amount of priority we are taught to give to school and curriculum. The society teaches us to devote our 20 plus years to school and curriculum, and I'm not indicating to not study, but to give similar to little more attention to extracurricular and to build a portfolio which could help in a long run. Because in the big 2020 things, there are a lot of extracurricular things that can be used to earn money. I was by the book kids, and that is why I struggle with a lot of activities. And if you have big aspirations like I do, I highly suggest on putting a lot of attention on stuff outside of the curriculum so that you don't struggle like I do. The next one, I hit a jackpot on realizing this at the age of 19. And to all the girlies in their early teens or just in their 20s, if you want to build your career on your own terms, whatever career you want to build, you must get financially independent. No matter what your end goal is, whether you want to leave this country, whether you don't want to leave this country, you just want to make your own decisions. That is going to come with money in your hands, especially if you live in a country with patriarchal mindset. You are going to need money to be able to make your own decisions. Start by reading books on financial independence. Watch YouTube videos. There are so many channels that tell how to be financially independent by the age of 20, 30. And start a side business, do content creation, and there are loads of options. Advice number 15 is solely because I was in a comparison loop in the past few weeks. Every month you need to do a social media detox. We consume so much media in so much different forms: reels, shorts, Netflix, and whatnot. And if it is inspiring us to get it all done to achieve our dreams, then it is good. But the moment it starts to get you into a comparison loop, makes you burn out, you feel a very big pull back into your old habits, your sleep starts getting bad, that is when you know that you need to do a social media detox. Just delete and reset. There's another thing that I learned hard way, that you are your daily habits and your daily routine. After reading the book Atomic Habits, I realized how much weight a good routine and a good habit has, and how much time I have wasted when I did not have a set routine. You need to get out of your head, put things into paper, be specific of what habits you want to build, what habits are your non-negotiable. While you are trying to do all the tasks in your to-do list, here is gentle reminder to my 16-year-old self that life is a marathon and not a sprint. So while you're trying to juggle all the tasks on your to-do list, remember to slow down and rest every now and then. Here's a quick hack. When you do not need to complete everything on your to-do list, I want you to take a piece of paper, write 3 tasks that are your top priority and complete those, and it will be your good day, because it is impossible that all the 15 tasks that you have are your top priority, because slow is sustainable and fast burns out. Buckle up. The last 2 are the best and the wildest. Advice number 80: be kind, but be a bitch when necessary. Do not be kind to people who are speaking ill about you, crossing your boundaries, saying backhanded compliments as a joke. They absolutely don't deserve your kindness. I have made this mistake several times to let it go, but if you let it go this time, they are going to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. And the last advice, which is the warmest embrace to all the past versions of me: give yourself 1 year, because it has the power to change the trajectory of your whole life. I was once crying for my boots, then for my drop year, then for my need. But look at me now. I'm here and I'm happier than I have ever been. The difficult times in my life, I remember them only as lessons. So please give yourself 1 year. Please devote 1 year to yourself. Change whatever you want to change: your health, your wealth, your education. You can give yourself 1 year and everything will be changed. Which brings us to the end of this very deeply personal video. It feels so good talking to the 17-year-old version of me. I really hope some of these advices spoke to you and you can learn from the journey that I have had till now. And if no one told you this today, I am so proud of you, Senorita. Keep they coming. Which, yes, I am slaying today. I just love the energy we have in today's video. I just love. Yes.